Umar Johnson. I highly respect this king. I just love sharing some information with you that I am getting from him. And I just like said like this. I've been rocking with this R. Kelly thing for God knows since it all started when Robert Sylvester Kelly um been incarcerated, even before his incarceration with all that took place during the surviving R. Kelly. Never have I disrespected my sisters on their appearance or what they look like or anything like that. I've always kept it on what they were doing in their to their own people and what they were doing as sisters that was taking down this masculine alpha man, this great artist, this genius in his work, the hard work he served in his community, and what God gave him, his gifted talent and everything. And I was just saying that R. Kelly had nothing but love for his people, but just the things we do to ourselves and to our own, it's sad. It's really sad with the self-hatred that we have within our own culture. I heard someone speak today about we need to embrace everybody. No, we need to start with ourselves first. Until we learn how to love who we are, is when the world is going to show that love back to us. It's sad in America of all the blood that was shed, the hard labor, the work that we put in, the sweat and everything that your own people right now can't go as hard for their own people the way they go hard for everybody else, and how they accept everybody else, and how they look at the epitome of beauty in their own people. So I bring this message from Dr. Umar Johnson today. Let him educate you on some things. I embrace my dark skin. I embrace my full lips. I embrace my broad nose. I embrace Africa. That's my title today. Because some of you out here need to know that. I noticed that I've been called names here on YouTube. I have never offended anyone about who they are, what they look like, or whatever. If you find a video of me doing that, then I'll be glad to come back and apologize. But since I've been on this YouTube channel, I have gotten so much disrespect from the brothers and the sisters in this fight with R. Kelly. I've been called ugly. I've been called black. I've been called all kind of degrading names when I'm only out to do the work for the help in this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly. I shouldn't take no part of it because the way I look or who God made me in his own image. And I had gotten so much disrespect, but I'm still going and I still embrace Africa. This is who I am. And this is who God made me to be. But I thank God that I was able to get nothing but the best brothers that came in my life and added on whatever pieces to whatever. I've been with the best. I didn't get with no rundown, broke man or whatever. Every brother that came in my life, even now to this day, the man that I'm married to, shows me nothing but dignity and respect, which some of y'all, the so-called pretty ones, don't get. I ain't stripping on no pole. I ain't out here selling myself low for $1. I work hard. I bring home an honest, hard-earned living. And so do my husband. So I just want y'all to hear this today from Dr. Umar Johnson. You can go to his video. This video was published on February 16th of 2021. That's not too long ago. And he spoke on biracial Italians, Dr. King, and Real Agenda. And this video is dope. So you stay tuned and listen to this. Stay on my live streaming and hear this message. And I'm going to leave it up because some of y'all need to get this message. Especially some of y'all that got these platforms that's supposedly be here pro-black, so all for the brothers and the sisters in our community and everything that deny your African heritage and your African roots, but you sit up here and you want to embrace the indignant people, indigenous people, which are the so-called American Indians. But Dr. Umar gonna bring you some truth here. So you just stay tuned. I'm going to turn the camera to him, and we're going to start this.
They all passed a proclamation that no African American, no matter how much Native American blood you have, can ever lay claim to any of these states. But you still got Negroes running around talking about I'm half Indian, I'm half this. Well, guess what? I have Native American on both sides of my family, but I don't make no issue with that because I'm African. I may have some of something else, but I'm African. We're the only people who will find 5% Irish and say I'm half Irish. You got 2% Jewish. Now I'm Jewish. You see, we the only people who do that.
Well, why is that? Well, why is that?
We don't see anything worthy of our skin, our culture, our history. We always looking for an out. That's why the United States government came up with biracial. Now, mind you, white men been raping black women since the 17th century. They never called the product of a black man and a white woman, or a white man and a black woman, biracial. It was called Negro and worse. You understand? All of a sudden, we come to the year 2000, to the 21st century. So we've been here 500 years. We hit the 21st century. Now we have biracial. So after 500 years, you now want to acknowledge those of biracial parentage as biracial. Frederick Douglass was the product of a rape. Nobody never called Frederick Douglass biracial. They called him the N-word, just like the rest of us. Why did they do that? Because it's a tool of divide and conquer, separating rules. I want to get you to think that I'm treating you differently than the one who ain't got a white mother. This is the game they play. You see, so the brothers who got a white mom might think they're in a different boat, but you're not. They still see you like the rest of us. They're just using this identity as a weapon to create division within the community.
And that's what's going on today.
And that's what's going on. That's why we got to be different.
Thank you. I was going to say that.
I tell the biracial, you ain't biracial. What you talking about biracial? Your head nappier than mine. Yes, you have a white mother. Yes, but you're black. You see that? You have a white father, but you're black. And I'll tell you something. White fathers are more honest than white mothers about that. I noticed that when the biracial African has a white mother, she's a little bit conflicted about admitting to that child that they're African. She almost raises them with a biracial identity, wants them to think they half white. But when his father white, he's more honest. He'll let his daughter know, listen, you black. I might be white, but the world won't see you as black. You need to own it and you need to understand it. Doesn't mean he like black people. He just wants his children to know, to be prepared. Whereas the white mother, she's more, you're half white. Let the world, ain't nobody judging you. First of all, America don't do that. The world don't do halves either.
No.
You're black and you're not. We're the dominant species. So when you're the dominant species, even if you got a little bit of it, it still takes time.
Because what was during the slave time, what was it?
One drop.
One drop of blood.
You could be 1/20th. 1/20th.
Considered all black.
And why did the white, because some people say, well, wow, they were so racist that they said 1/20th. Yeah, they were racist, but you know why they said 1/20th? Because technically, if you have an ancestor anywhere back for 20 generations, it is very likely that their genotype can reproduce itself in your chromosomes, and you will come out with a child who looks black, even though you white and the mom white, the dad white, and the child black. There's a movie called Skin. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
You gotta see the movie Skin. It's based on a true story. Two white parents who kept having black children in South Africa. You gotta see it. I saw that the independent film down in Philadelphia. The white woman had a black child. The father thought she cheated, got it tested, found out, no, that's your baby. He said, how are you having black children? We both white. I think it was Jews on top of that. So then they had another baby. Guess what? That baby came out black too. There's a term, something like polyogenesis, when two white folks can have a black baby. Because you know, in every last one of the bloodlines, one of us is there. And every last one of them.
Of course.
Especially Southern European immigrant. If you Jewish, Irish, Italian, Greek, give me a break. You understand? You know you got a black ancestor. That's why your skin is darker than the other European. Because remember, in America, up until 1940, if you was Jewish, Irish, or Italian, you were not considered white. There's a graveyard, there's a cemetery for enslaved Africans in D.C. where they have Italians buried in a slave graveyard. Italians are in there because the white people didn't let them get buried with them. Now see, now it's just, yes,
I didn't know that.
Yes,
wow.
They would come and ask to bury their dead in our graveyard because white folks say you're not Anglo-Saxon, you're not blue blood, you're not blue vein. You. That's why they used to call them. What was the word they used to call Guineas. That's why they call
that's where it
Italians
come
Guinea.
from.
From Guinea in Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's a derogatory term saying that you black.
Oh.
Yes.
Listen, you getting this, man. This is some powerful stuff because to me, I like how you said that. Problem with black people is that we're insecure about ourselves. And part of that insecurity about ourselves is because we don't know our history.
Yes.
We deny our history. We don't understand that we come from a rich background of kings,
A beautiful culture.
queens, and all the great math, philosophy, logic,
That's right.
straight out of Africa. I think that's important that people such as yourself continue to do what you do because someone has to tell the story.
True, but there's another critical component with that. Because keep in mind, we know people who know their knowledge of self and are still wanting to be a part of the status quo.
Yes,
You know why? Because of opportunity.
yes. Oh, I agree with that.
You see,
Think of Ben Carson right now.
yes. And I can't stand
Me
it.
either.
And I used to.
Neither can I.
And Clarence Thomas used to be a Black Panther. A lot of people don't know that. That brother was a Black Panther. Look, he's shocked
Are
too.
you serious?
Yes, he was a Black Panther.
Do you know that that man is married to George Bush's cousin? And do you know that Clarence Thomas is an ordained minister who married Rush Limbaugh, the most racist radio personality in the world? He
Like you
married
said,
him.
because of status, we will forget who
You see,
we are.
exactly. And that's one of the central contradictions of black existence. Are you struggling against the system to destroy the system? Or are you struggling against the system to improve your place in the system? Take Jesse Jackson and I. You can't tell me when they was 30 that they thought they would be the sellouts that they are.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, yes.
But when they was presented with certain opportunities to improve their status over
Yes.
their commitment to the people, their allegiance was with their status.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
why
sir.
in this freedom struggle, you have to study your comrades. Because I got to study you to see, is this brother in this for the people? Or is he in this because he want to run for office 5 years from
There you
now?
go.
Is he in this because he's trying to get some honeys? Is he in this because he just had the egotistical need to be in control of something because he never had no power before? You follow me?
Yes, sir.
There's psychological reasons, financial reasons, political reasons why people do this fight. So you have to study us. Study me.
Talk about it, Dr. Umar.
For me, otherwise you ain't gonna go hard for me. You got to know that I'm doing this for no other reason.
The R. Kelly platforms.
I'm not trying to run for office. You'll never see me do that.
Status quo.
There's a lot of stuff you'll never see me do. So I'm telling you right now, this is what I said. So you ain't got to wonder.
When God called you to do something, He's going to test you at the heart.
Yes, no
Most
question.
politicians,
No question.
think about it, the average black politician, Obama included,
Yeah.
how did they get known? By working in the
Insisting.
hood.
Yup.
I'm serving the people.
Yup.
Obama ain't served black folks since he got
Yeah,
elected.
most people don't know that the black family has declined so far as economically
Yes.
under Obama. When I tell people
Yes.
that,
Yep.
they go crazy. Everything, all our
Our
numbers have
statistics
dropped.
under Obama
Have
are
dropped.
worse
Yes.
than they were.
And I voted for him twice.
Yes.
They're worse under Obama.
Yes.
Why? Because of neglect.
Yes.
Benign neglect.
Thank you for watching.
Young even exists, but a lot of that is our fault, brother.
Oh, no
I'm not
question.
gonna put it on Obama.
No
You know
question.
why? Because he never articulated any plan of assistance for black folk. We're the ones who projected onto him this immature, imaginary, Christ-like energy. You understand? We made him the Christ.
We were happy to see one of our own.
Yes. But it wasn't just a symbol. We thought the symbol had substance behind it.
Right.
And then we erroneously got on television and made ridiculous statements such as, he don't have to do nothing for me. I'm just happy he black. You don't tell white folks that.
Thank
don't
you.
get on TV and with Anderson Cooper and Wolf Blitzer and Don Lemon and say, I don't care if he don't do nothing for me. I'm just happy he black. And we wondering why we did last
Gotta
night.
go deep.
It's so bad for black folks, man.
It's a lot of work out here to do.
Recidivism, and then we look at our returning citizens. They get out of jail, come back to the hood. They want to do better, but nobody giving them no opportunity.
Opportunity.
There's nothing for them. And some of our best minds are the returning citizens.
Oh, no.
Them brothers in jail. Even though jail was something horrific that they should
Sometimes they
never
come out to be the
experience,
best leaders in our community.
Used it to their benefit. They detoxed. See, when you outside of the society,
Sometimes they come out to be the best husbands,
They were being used. They saw them into society. So these
fathers.
folks educated themselves. So by the time they come back out, they got a degree greater than my doctorate could ever be. You understand?
Hello.
With no opportunity. Do you know how frustrating that makes
Yes.
you? When you've repaired yourself psychologically, but you're not given an opportunity to repair yourself economically. We have to move from civil rights to silver rights. We have to transition from protest to political power.
We dropped the ball because that's where Martin Luther King, he went through that.
He was about, that's why he was murdered.
I was gonna say
Dr.
that.
King was killed because he was about to set off an economic revolution. King was killed because he went from civil to the money.
Yes.
If you saw the movie, and I didn't think it was a very good movie, but it was good for people who don't know the civil rights story. Selma. Okay? When you see Selma, there's a scene where he's in jail with Abernathy, Reverend Abernathy. And he says, Ralphie, what am I doing? What good is desegregating the lunch counter for a black man where he can go into the store to eat, but he ain't got the money to pay for his meal? There's a scene. That was the only scene in the movie that showed Dr. King's true agenda.
Yes.
It was economic.
Yes.
See, people don't understand King. The civil rights movement was a platform. He was setting it up for the economy. You got to build the house from the ground.
From the foundation. Amen.
No, let me build this. Let me make it look like this for the vote. Let me make it look like it's for deseg. Let me make it look like we want to live with the white folks. But I'm setting up a paradigm. Let me build this brick by brick. But the top is going to be that economics. But he had to go slow. But even though he went slow, they still got it.
Oh, they
You got to
got it
realize
in their pocket.
there's two black men in American history who were more popular than the president. Only two. Frederick Douglass was more popular globally than Abraham Lincoln. Dr. King, yes, Dr. King was more popular than Kennedy and Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Wow.
And when you get a black man who's more powerful than the president, he got the gun. Talk about enemy of the state.
Yeah.
King
I
was
was
that.
gonna say that. Yeah.
Listen, King was so powerful, he could snap his fingers and the white folks would move. You understand? Not just the black folks. He snapped his finger at the white folks because he was planning the breadbasket movement where he was going to take black and white poor people to D.C. They was going to live there. It wasn't no one-day millionaire march. This was a movement. They were going to live on the mall in D.C.
I remember that.
and embarrass the hell out of America.
Right.
And say, you so great, and look at all your poor people with the America said, we can't let him do that. We let him do that, he undermines everything we claim. We stand for. April 4th, 1968. Boom. And guess who murdered Dr. King? A Latino hitman for the Memphis, Tennessee Mafia. And the Green Berets were the backup shooters. The Green Berets of the United States Army were across the roof to shoot him if the Mafia failed. You want to know why the Mafia never been destroyed? The Mafia is a paramilitary, paragovernmental operation. The Ku Klux Klan. Why are they not on the terrorist list? The Ku Klux Klan has murdered more black folks than any other organization you can name, but they can still walk downtown Allentown and get they permit to march. Why are they not on the terrorist list? Because they are a paragovernmental, paramilitary organization. And see, we don't realize that all these white hate groups, they are subsidiaries of the United States government.
No question. No question.
They subsidiary. Whenever they need them, they call them right on up.
That's powerful.
Remember now, they used Lucky Luciano during the Panther era to flood the community with dope.
Not just that, they used them during when we had World War II.
Yes.
They went straight to the mafia.
Yes.
Which told me that you just gave them permission to do what they wanted to do.
Let me drop the bomb on you right now. Why do you think the Pope here?
Tell me, sir.
Why is he here?
First of all, you don't deal with the mafia unless you deal with the Roman Catholic Church. Are you following me? He ain't here just to be
They
here.
are in bed with one another.
There's things that got to be worked on economically. Remember now, what's America's #1 product?
Guns.
No, crack. Drugs is the #1 commodity in America. The economy of this country, you would have.
Thank you for watching.
Crash if you don't have dope. Dope supports the economy. Why? Because nothing.
Come on, hit the like button as you come in and go out, please. This is a very important
You don't
message.
need a car every day. You don't need a computer every day. You don't need clothes. But in order for the economy to stay healthy, people got to buy all that. That's why I say the Dow lost 10,000 points. Dow Jones, da da da. Because continuous consumption. But
Right.
think about, what do you own that you need to consume every day besides food, which you ain't got to go to the store every day to get?
Right.
And that's why they don't want you to grow your own either, by the way, because that cuts out the middleman. Drugs.
I agree with that. I was you just educated me. My wife was in the military, and she was a part of the Navy where they used to stop the drug boats from coming to the United States. And there was pictures where this room would be filled with nothing but bales of
The
cocaine.
military is the transport.
This was the thing that got me, because you're on point right there. They would stop.
Saw that in
off
American
the country,
Gangsta.
South America, and give half of the room
Yes.
of dope to this country, third world
Yes.
country, and then bring the rest to the United
Yes.
States. And I was like, why were they doing that? Why would you give another country dope that we just took from the drug dealers? Something's
It's
going
the
on.
only thing on the planet that is guaranteed to sell 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, rain, sleet, snow, shine, or Katrina. It's the only thing. Y'all follow me? Remember now, capitalism, you need a product.
Yeah, you got, and it
That's
doesn't
gonna
matter
be-
what the product is.
It got to be bought
As
all
long
the
as it's,
time.
yeah, as long as it's being
Dope
bought.
is that. Why did America want to invade Colombia? Not because they were selling dope, but Colombia didn't want to invest the dope money into the stock.
They are sanctioned country.
If that money ain't coming through here, then you can't sell. You can sell drugs. You just got to do it without permission.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Why did they go into Afghanistan? Not for no Bin Laden. Afghanistan is the #1 poppy producing nation on the face of the earth. That was about dope.
Yeah.
In fact, most of the
More is being produced now
yes.
than ever before in Afghanistan.
Africa, my brother, is one of the biggest drop-offs for white man's dope. He making a killing in Africa by keeping our people doped up and oppressed. Same thing in the hood.
Black
That's
diamonds.
why you want the marijuana piece. You want to legalize the marijuana because once you legalize the marijuana, you cut out the underground market. So he can control the flow. This is all about money. Money, drugs, dope, power. That's why America was built.
Touche. Well, our time is up. Dr. Johnson,
No doubt.
powerful.
Okay, everybody, this is your girl Casey McDaniel. I am out. I hope I was able to bring you some good information coming from our doctor, the king, the prince, Pan-African prince, Dr. Umar Johnson. Support his school, his mission, his vision, and I'm just saying, this man is such a great asset right now to an African American people. If you listen to the information that he bring us, you'll get knowledge, you'll get understanding, and it will build you up to be a better person of who God wants you to be. So I gotta go because I got a hair appointment, and I'm just wanted to just share that before I get out of here, get myself dressed and get up on out of here. You all take care.